national minimum wage. President Tinubu to consult sub-nationals and other stakeholders.
Mr. President is going to consult further so that he can have an informed position, because the new national minimum wage, like I said, is not just an issue of the federal government.
Senate never proposed new aircraft for President Tinubu and VP Shetima, says Godswill Akpabio.
The Deputy Comptroller of Customs, Itop Andrew Essien, dies during House of Representatives Committee engagement at the National Assembly.
And on Good Morning Nigeria today, we shall focus on 2024 Nupe Day.
All right. The Nupe are an ethnic group native to north-central Nigeria, specifically in Niger, Kwara, Kogi states, and the Federal Capital Territory.
Yeah, that's true, Victor. And they speak the Nupe language, which belongs to the Nupoid group in the Benue-Congo branch of the Niger-Congo language family.
And there are approximately 3.5 to 4.5 million Nupe people in the region, making them a significant group in the area. Most Nupe people are Muslims, but many still practice their indigenous beliefs.
Now, Nupe people are primarily farmers and traders. The men do most of the farming, while the women prepare the markets, prepare, whatever it is that's gotten from the farms, go to the market, and, some other domestic activities. They're also known for their craftsmanship, particularly in blacksmithing, weaving, brass smithing, and tailoring.
And the Nupe people have a rich cultural heritage. Now, this one is the one that, tickles my fancy. They are known for their abstract art, wooden stools, glass beads, leather, and mat work, brass trays, and fine cloth. They also have a strong tradition of music and storytelling, with their musicians and drummers playing important roles in their cultural practices.
So while we're talking about Nupe, 26th of June every year is set aside by royal fathers in Nupe land to celebrate the strength, courage, and agility of the Nupes in the resistance and defeats of the British colonial expedition forces on 26th June 1896 at Ogidi in present-day Kogi State.
Indeed. Although the event took place 200 years ago, the Nupes consider it a watershed moment in their history and therefore remind and educate Nupes on the need for peaceful coexistence, unity, progress, and development of Nigeria.
This year's Nupe Day is the 16th in the series, has been decided by His Royal Highness Etsu Nupe and Chairman Niger State Council of Traditional Rulers Alhaji Yahaya Abubakar, to be observed without the usual pomp and celebration, but with prayers and enlightenment, as we are doing now, talking about Nupe people. They're celebrating a significant milestone in Nigeria's rich cultural landscape. Nupe Day, with this year's title as contributions to Nupes to national unity and development.
So join us as we delve into the history and significance of Nupe Day, explore the customs and practices that make the Nupe people unique, and discuss the challenges and opportunities facing this important community. We'll hear from Nupe leaders and cultural experts who are proud to call themselves Nupe. It's a celebration of culture, identity, and unity. Welcome to the program. I am Victor Azu.
Victor, I must say I feel jealous that I'm not, from the
Nupe
land. So I'm looking forward to having on one day anytime soon.
Well,
what about you?
Well, we have our own Anioma, events here and there. Well, the job will keep you out of them, but I try to represent in dressing once in a while.
All right. I'm Ian John. Let me also welcome you to the program. We're reaching you live on the network service of the NTA. In the course of the program, we shall be joining our correspondent for the Nigeria Institute of Public Relations NIPRO's 60th anniversary walk organized by the NIPRO FCT chapter. Victor's supposed to be there. I think I'm supposed to be there.
Well, maybe not today, but tomorrow I'll be there tomorrow.
Okay, but we have to be here. Okay, and of course we'll let you know what's happening. Chukide Okolu will join us, of course, right here on set for the news super review. But for now, let's pause and let Dennis take us on a ride on the morning news. Dennis, good morning to you.
Good morning, Yenre and Victor. Good morning, Nigerian. This is the morning news. President Bola Tinubu is now to consult further with the subnationals and other relevant stakeholders in order to come up with an acceptable and sustainable new minimum wage. This was part of the decisions at the Federal Executive Council meeting held on Tuesday at the State House.
Mr. President is going to consult further so that he can have an informed position, because the new national minimum wage, like I said, is not just an issue of the federal government. It affects the state governments, it affects the local governments, it also affects the organized private sector. And that is why it is called national minimum wage. It's not just an affair of the federal government.
President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has dismissed reports that the 10th Senate is proposing the federal government should procure new aircraft for Presidents Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. Speaking to newsmen in Maiduguri shortly after leading a delegation to pay a condolence visit to Senator Tahir Mongonu over the death of his father, Akpabio noted that the report is not true. Reports made rounds in the media last week alleging that Senator Akpabio made comments that the Senate would approve the purchase of new aircraft for the President and Vice President. The President of the Senate said the report was from propagandists and fifth columnists, stressing that the Senate was focused on delivering legislation that would support the actualization of President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Deputy Controller of Customs in charge of Revenue, ETOP, Andrew Essien, has died. He died on Tuesday at the National Assembly, where he suddenly developed health complications while appearing before the House Committee on Public Accounts. The President Bola Tinubu administration's commitments to free and responsible journalism through access to accurate information, regular media briefings and training opportunities was reiterated by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris. This was at a training workshop for the media organized by the National Counter-Terrorism Center, Office of the National Security Advisor.
Without propaganda, terrorism would not thrive. And at all times, a terrorist will always want to be in the news. So it is the responsibility of all of us as media practitioners to know the kind of news coverage that you give them.
And leaders from the Northwest region, in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, have pledged to address the root causes of insecurity and promote economic growth. They expressed this commitment at the conclusion of the Northwest Peace and Security Summit in Katsina.
They have also identified a roadmap that includes integrating military, political and socio-economic strategies, enhancing cross-border cooperation, investing in youth empowerment and education, strengthening local institutions, promoting inclusive dialogue, prioritizing prevention and resilience building measures, and engaging regional neighbors for support.
Well, those are the highlights of the news at this time. Good morning, Nigeria continues with Victor and Yenre after this break. Please stay tuned.